Hey guys! So today we'll be doing a video, highly requested video on how I edit. And I've actually been editing on Final Cut Pro for the past 1.5 years. But before that, I've actually been using iMovie, and I decided to start off with iMovie since a lot of people are starting off with editing, and I think iMovie is a really good start. First off, because it's free, comes with Macs, and it's really simple and easy. And I decided to show you guys like the ins and outs. Before I started using Final Cut Pro, I've been using iMovie for like 3 years. Yeah, iMovie hasn't really changed since anyways, so I decided to show you guys like a lot of hacks that I learned. There is limitations within iMovie, and I found a little hacks on how to finesse the system. I think it's really helpful, so stay tuned. So this is basically like an iMovie video class. This video is kind of long, but I hope you guys enjoy and learn things about iMovie, and I hope this really helps you with editing. If you're just here for the hacks, there will be timestamps in the description of all the topics that I will be covering, so let's get started. Hello, so once you open iMovie, it will actually look like this. And all you have to do is click create new, or you can go into file and new movie or whatever. But we're just gonna do this because it's a lot easier. Create new and then movie. And then it will bring you to this page. And what you want to do is import all of your media. So you just click on this and it will take you to like your files and stuff. And then we're just gonna open our media. You can click and select multiple, and then there, it's right here. Okay, so this is all the files that we will be working with for this video. I'm gonna start off with a tour around everything that is here. So here there is project media, there's my movie, and then you can go through all your photos, and then like other libraries. You can import photos or videos and stuff. So that's where that is. And also you can always like search if you have a lot of like files and stuff. You could like search, which I usually end up having a lot of files, and the search button is my savior. And then we're gonna go to audio. So with the Final Cut Pro and iMovie, they come with a lot of free sound effects, which really came in handy during school when I had a lot of assignments requiring sound effects and stuff. So I didn't really have to find any, but these are really helpful, and they're also like really good if like you're doing like short films or like stuff for like comedy. These really help. So you can like play the audio, and then like you can like scrub, and then if you ever need it, all you have to do is just like drag it in, and then it's there. Ta-da! There's a lot of different categories of types of sound effects and stuff, so you can like just look through these and like listen to your heart's content. Also, you can search here as well. And then next we have titles. This screen, honestly, I never really used these because honestly I didn't like them. I really like when I can play around with my own titles and stuff. Like I don't like how like these are so like structured. You can't like really play around with the title. The only one that I really used whatever was like the credits for like short films during school and stuff, but like other than that I actually never really used them. But later on in the video I will give you guys like a little hack on how to make really nice like titles and stuff and like text for your videos, but that will be later on in the video, so yeah, stay tuned. So the next we also have like free backgrounds. So like there's like curtain, like these ones move, this can move, and then there's some like that just like don't move. They're just like textures for like title screens or whatever, which comes in handy, but I don't really use these. I usually just use the black sometimes as like a placeholder and stuff. And then transitions, not that many transitions, but like a nice like variety of them. In Final Cut Pro you can actually like download some online, which I will be talking about in a different tutorial. Yeah, I mean like these are pretty decent. Like I would sometimes use this one, cross to dissolve, cross blur, fade to black. I really like these ones, but like the other ones, like they're kind of like cheesy. Like I never really used any of these, but I really liked these ones. To use transitions, all you have to do is like you'll have like, for example, like these two clips, and then all you do is drag it into the middle, and then there's your transition. Ta-da! And you can actually change like how long it will be, so you can do like 5 seconds. It's a 5-second transition. So there you go, 5-second transition. That's like long. But yeah, that's all the transitions and stuff. And then next I'm actually gonna delete all of these. And and then I'm going to import my own video. So here's my video. So when you click on a video, you can play around with all of these stuff at the top here. So this one like automatically like enhances the videos for you. Here we have a lot of like color correcting stuff. So this is like auto color correct, and then match color. I never really used these because I honestly didn't really understand how, and I just like lived without it. But there's a white balance, a skin tone balance. Never really used these. What I did really use is this. So this is like also color correcting, but it's more custom-y, whereas this one is like auto, but then this one like you can like change the brightness if you want. And then you can make it dark or something, and then you can like make it really saturated with this. And then this is the white balance, so you can make it like cool, or you can make it like really bright. I always went with the cool because I like blue. But yeah, you can like change the saturation, or you can make it like black and white. You can change the brightness, stuff like that. I just really just like played around with these all the time to make my videos look nice. So yeah, but we're gonna reset that. There's a reset button here, so like if you ever wanna like go back to how it was, that's your button. Here we have cropping. So crop to fit. This usually comes in handy when your videos are different ratios. So for example, this one is like, I don't know what the ratio is, but like this is like a HD standard video for YouTube, while you can have a camera, like an older camera that has the ratio of like 3:4. So this one, crop to fit, would come in handy when you have that type of video, because it will like crop to fit this dimensions. Or you can have it cropped to fit the 4:3. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. And then we have crop to fill. So this is more of like cropping and stuff. So just like if you want to crop in to make like your shot closer, then you can crop like this. All you have to do is like just like drag the corners, and then you can drag this selective thing around, and then all you have to do is press enter. And then there you go, like it's a lot closer now. And then we have Ken Burns. Ew, I'm so sorry for that. But Ken Burns, there is like the end point and then the start point. So you can like crop this if you want, but we're gonna keep it like this. Start point, end point, enter. And then what it does is it zooms in like this. Whee. It zooms in if you want like that dramatic zooming in effect. And then this option is to like rotate. You can rotate right, left, any way you want. And the next is audio options. So you can adjust the volume, but you can also adjust it here in the clip. You can just drag this line and it will adjust the volume, lower volume of other clips. So like if you have like video of you talking and then another one on top, it will automatically lower. Do you see how like that, the change in the audio waves? It will automatically lower the videos that you put on top, and I'll get more to layering clips and stuff afterwards. But yeah, that's that. And then here we have more audio options. So you can reduce background noise if you're doing like a talking video and there's like a muffled sound or something in the background. You can adjust that, and you can adjust how much you want it. I used to use it a lot, but then I realized how the audio of me talking tended to become like really like I don't know how to explain it, but like fuzzy. But I don't know, you do you. You can play around until it works, but yeah, that's that. And then here are a lot of different options that you can do with your audio. You can only use one at a time, but especially if you're doing like a talking video, voice enhance. I use the voice enhance a lot. And then here you can change the speed of your video, so you can go slow, fast, freeze frame, and custom. So what I usually do is I would like choose fast, and then over here there's like this thing where you can drag, and you can drag how fast you want it, making the clip like look smaller, the clip go faster. You can see how fast I'm like talking, and then dragging it out will make it slower. So you can see like the icon in the middle changed from a rabbit to a turtle, so that means it's become slower. You can see how slow I got, and then here, super fast, bunny. So yeah, that's what that is for. There's also freeze frame, so freeze frame. And basically what that is, it will just kind of pause your clip and then play again. That's basically it. You can change how long you want it. And you can see there's an icon in the middle. It says like a stop, hand stop gesture. And then you can also go reverse with your videos. So basically in your video you'll be like talking backwards. The whole clip will be in backwards motion. And then here we have 3 circles icon. And then we have clip filter. So if you click on this, you can choose many different kinds of filters. There's like a black and white one, and then there's like vintage ones. And then we have audio effect. So I used to use muffled a lot, and also large room if like wanted like an echoey type of sound. There's like a lot of stuff that you can like play with. And then here lastly, the eye icon. You can change the duration of the video, so you can like type in like 50 seconds and it will trim for you, but I personally never really use that unless I was using it for photos, for images and stuff, which is really helpful when you're doing like slideshows and stuff. And then here also you can record within the video, which comes in handy for voiceovers and stuff. Helps out a lot because you can edit it right away. So this slider thing, you can adjust the size of your timeline just for like viewing. It doesn't change the video itself, but like just to help editing. Here you can change the clip size. This is all just for like editing purposes. So that is basically a tour of iMovie, and now we're finally gonna get into the actual editing portions. Okay, and now we're gonna start off with the actual editing portion of this video. It is really important to memorize the shortcuts because memorizing shortcuts really helps with the speed of editing, because editing can actually take very, very long, and knowing the shortcuts is the best thing ever. Life changer. The first command that I will be teaching you is Command B. So if you're using a Apple computer, which I believe you are, there would be a command button at the bottom next to the space bar, and you're just gonna hit Command B, and that makes cuts. Make sure your cursor is at the part of the video that you want to cut, and there you go. Splice. The next command is Command A. So when you have multiple when you have multiple clips into your film, into your video, it's really tiring to select them all, especially if you have so many. So what is really helpful is Command A. So you just press Command and A together and it will select everything, including like audio stuff that is at the top. Command A, and it will select everything. To deselect, for example, if you ever come into the situation where you want to deselect, like for example, one clip, you just press Command and then click, and then it will deselect it for you. Command A, Command click, and there you go. These are the only ones that are selected. You can tell by the yellow highlighting thing around each clip, and that's that. So next it will be Command C. So Command C is basically a copy. So you can copy a clip, you just click on it, copy, and then put your mouse wherever you want to paste it. And then you press Command V. Command V is to paste. So you can do Command A, select all, Command C, copy, and then Command V. And then you just made a copy of all of these clips, and you just like literally like posted it here. So yeah, that's that. And then the last thing that I wanted to teach you guys for shortcuts is Command Z. And Command Z is to undo. So if you want to undo something that you last did, just press Command D and it will undo. See, we just made the copy of this and then we just undid it. So now that you know the commands, you can probably follow along a lot easier. So I have a video example of how I would apply that we just learned. So we have this clip, it's a raw video, and we want to cut off this part because I'm just like fixing my hair. And then here I say like, oh, ignore these legs at the back. Ignore these legs at the back. Hey guys, so today I'm gonna do like this because like that's kind of like a comedic effect into the video. So I would just like look at the audio here. This is where I don't talk. And then this is where I start talking. So you could see like the voice waves, the audio waves here. And then Command B, splice, select it, and then delete. And now I have this. Yay! Ignore these legs. And then you will splice this. And then to enhance like this kind of like funny moment right now, because my sister is like kicking her legs, I would just select this and then go over here into the crop option here, crop to fill. And then I will crop into that to enhance it better. So I would crop in and then enter, And then now it's like, wee. And then with audio, so I'm gonna drag in an audio file here. So this would be like my background music. Usually I would make this really low because so it doesn't overpower my talking in the video. With this audio here, to enhance like this funny thing that is happening in the video more, I would just like cut this and then remove the audio here. And then I would just like splice this because there's nothing really happening in this part of the video, and delete. And then there you go. And then this is where I start off the video. So another thing that I do a lot, that I got a lot of questions about, is how I do like my effects, like my stars and stuff like that. So basically on YouTube, you can just download a lot of green screen effects. You could just like search up doodle effects, green screen effects, anime effects. I use a lot of the anime ones. So all you do is drag in your green screen effect, and as you can see, you can't see this video at all, right? So all you do is click on the layer, and keep in mind you can only have, on iMovie, you can only have one layer on top of the other. You can have multiple audio layers as you wish. If I were to put another one, it would automatically cut it for me, which I do not want. To remove the green part, all you have to do is, once you click on another layer, this thing pops up over here. You just click it, and then there's options here with opacity. You can choose it to fade, so that's like a transition that comes automatically with a layered object, because you can't use any of these transitions at all with the layered objects. Your only option is to have the fade in and fade outs, but in this case I will not be using that. After clicking this, all you do is have this option, green/blue screen. And then there you go. The green is gone. There's a lot of like options. If you have a clip which for some reason ends up not cutting properly, you can go in and erase it, clean it up, can crop this however you want. You can, like, in this case we will not be doing that, but that is how I do it. That's how I do green screen effects in iMovie. Okay, now we're gonna talk about text and titles. Like before, I said I don't use any of these because they're trash. I don't think anyone really uses this. And a hack that I really discovered in high school, I'm pretty sure other people discovered this as well, but I use PNGs. And basically what PNGs is a file of a picture, and it has a transparent background. And basically you can go and do that in Illustrator. Basically, Illustrator is a software where you can like make text and stuff. I'm gonna show you guys another free way, because Illustrator you have to pay for, but there is a free option for that. Okay, so you just click on new for Illustrator, and then you just like name whatever, and then we go into pixels, and then the width must be 1920 pixels by 1080. Make sure the orientation is horizontal. Resolution, it doesn't matter that much. We'll just go with medium. Create, and then here is your canvas, and all you do is just text. You type in whatever. So this was like a how I package line orders. So that was a video I was editing, and then you can just make it bigger. You can also change the fonts. I like to go with Gravity because Gravity is my new favorite font. Make sure you don't have any spelling mistakes. So that's that. And I also like to use white font 000. And there's that. So you can just save it. You can just export it. Export as PNG. Use artboards. Lol. Export transparent. Make sure it is clicked on transparent, because if you do white or black, that's going to be the background, but make sure you do transparent. Okay, and then your file should be on your desktop. But then for a free way, there's this website called befunky.com. It's a lot like PicMonkey, and I used to use PicMonkey before they started doing this membership where you have to pay every month, which I do not stan. So we're gonna go on to this website called befunky.com, get started, create a design, and then we're gonna go with custom template, and then we're gonna go with the width 1920 by 1080. The reason why the size is like this, because this is the high definition size. And then press create, and then that's your canvas. So we're gonna go with text, add text. They have a lot of different fonts within the website. We can go with a Arial Black, or we're gonna go with this really fancy one. So we're gonna go with the same thing, and then you can just make it like this. Before you save, make sure you do background color. So you click on this, the first option, which has like a little arrow next to the white. And then this is where you can just choose whatever background you want, but we want it to be transparent. So we're gonna have to do this box with a red slash, which means nothing. So transparent. So this is our transparent background. I'm gonna change the font to Arial. And then we're gonna go to save, computer, save as a PNG. If you save as a JPEG, then it's gonna be a white background, but we want it to be a PNG, so transparent. So make sure you do that. You'll know by the checkered background. And then press save. And then it will download for you. And then all you have to do is just drag it in. So here's the one that we made in Adobe Illustrator. And then this is the one that we made on the befunky website. We're just gonna use this one for now. So automatically when you drag in a picture onto iMovie, it will do the Ken burn thing. So all you do is just click this and then crop to fill. Instead of clicking on this one, crop to fill. So there's that. And to move around, you click on this little that we clicked on earlier, and then you click on the options, and then you do picture in picture, and then now you can move this around and place it wherever you want. So, and then you can also remove the transition, or you can leave it in. There you go. That's how I do my custom made title screens, title stuff, because these ones are ugly, so ugly. And we're gonna talk about a little hack that I used to do. So it's also kind of boring if it just like is there, but we want that freedom to move it around in the video. So all you do is click on this picture in picture. Make sure you're selected on the picture in picture. And then there's this little like diamond-y thing here. So we're just gonna click on the part of the video that we want it to start. So here is where it is located right now. And we're just gonna click on this. And let's say at this point of the video, I want it to be at the top here, over here. So we're gonna click on this and we're just gonna drag it over there. And then that's that. And then maybe at this point of the video, I want it down here. So I'm just gonna drag it down here. And then, now when you play the video, see, it moves wherever you really want. So that's really helpful with starting off on iMovie. I kind of just figured it out, honestly, and I was so amazed when I found out how to do this. When I figured it out, I was like, whoa, because I was playing around with the options when I was editing once, and I was like, whoa, what is this thing? And there's also like different options as well. So you can have like a border around your text. This usually is really nice with actual images. But with text like this, that's not. But, and the last thing that I will be teaching you about iMovie is basically how to have multiple layers. And I know that's such a big issue with iMovie because it's really frustrating when you want to have multiple like text options or multiple layers on top of your videos, but I will teach you guys how to hack that. So basically, I had a video where I had like 4 different screens. So I will teach you how to do that because I really liked that style of editing. So what I did back then, I just dragged in a black screen. And then I would just bring in one video and then do the picture in picture option. There. So there is one box here and then the rest is here. And my objective is basically to have a lot of different screens here. And then now we're just going to export the video. So to export, basically just click on the top and then we're going to click on the file. Name it whatever you want. We want it to be good quality because we're going to be exporting it many times. So now it is exporting. You will see at the top until it is a full white circle. That's when you'll know it's done exporting. It is now done exporting and we're just going to import that. So here is the exported video. So now you see that this is just one clip. So now you can just like bring in whatever clip you want and then do the picture in picture thing. And then there you go, a hack. We stand hacks. So this is how you finesse the system with paying $0. There you go. So basically I would just repeat the steps again many times. Until I get 2 more. And same goes with text, so you can just like put more text over And yeah, picture in picture. So yeah, now you have multiple text boxes. Isn't that cool? I don't know, I get so excited about editing. But yeah, that's basically all of the stuff that I'll be teaching you. I guess if you want me to teach you more about exporting, you can export directly to YouTube or Facebook, and you can also export it as a file. Make sure it's on auto and video. If it's audio only, it will only be a MP3 file. I know this actually exports as an MOV, so be cautious about that. If you need a MP4 video, iMovie only exports as MOVs. And then you have the qualities. I usually do best and then better quality. So yeah, and then you just do next, basically the same thing I do, and then save. But yeah, that's basically a lot of the knowledge that I accumulated in the past 3 years of using iMovie. I move on from iMovie. I use Final Cut Pro now. It's somewhat similar, but Final Cut Pro, you don't have to do all these exporting hacks and stuff. But especially for people who are starting out with editing, iMovie is a really good beginner software, so I really recommend iMovie. But yeah, that's basically everything I know. Not really everything, but the most basic things and helpful things, I guess. In my opinion, the more you learn using the software itself, just play around with it, make a lot of videos, and you'll learn a lot of things along the way. I'm still learning a lot of stuff about Final Cut Pro, and I don't think I'll ever be done learning. But yeah, if you guys want a Final Cut Pro tutorial for them Final Cut Pro users, comment down below and I will sure to make a tutorial for that. And that is basically it for my iMovie journey. And if you have any more questions about iMovie, leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening and watching me babble about editing because I'm such a nerd. And that is the whole tutorial. I'm so glad we got through it, and props to anyone who is still here because this is a really long tutorial. I hope you learned a thing or two. Don't hesitate to leave in the comment section if you have any questions about iMovie. I will gladly help you. And if you want a Final Cut Pro tutorial, leave again in the comments below. If anyone is a Final Cut Pro user for some reason is watching this iMovie tutorial. But yeah, I really hope this helped, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
I want you to be your night, baby. You could